Hi everyone. Today I want to do a cute little card with the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. It's super cute and I'm calling this one Peekaboo Chicks, and I love this new die. So this is what I'm going to feature is this die, and I thought this might be a fun card to do at a stamp camp too. I'm kind of playing with the idea of getting back to some normalcy and having some stamp camps. So I wanted to use these really cute chickens because I need a birthday card for a younger adult, and I think the chickens are adorable. And so while I had this stamp set out, I wanted to do some play with it. And this is the card we're going to make together, but I wanted to show you some other versions. Now this is using a new die from the new annual catalog that just came out in June, and it's called Picture This, and it's a standalone die set. And what I mean by that is it doesn't come bundled with a stamp, and so it's easy to overlook because it's in the very back of the catalog by the dies, and they talk about it a few times in the catalog, but you know, seeing it by itself and how much it is and everything is in the back. So it's easy to miss, and I didn't want you to miss it because it's kind of fun. So the catalog sample is this one. So I always like to do the catalog samples. I feel like it's a good way to jump into a new product, is to do what they did in the catalog. With the designers are so talented and they come up with some great ideas, so it kind of gets you into the thought process of the products, and so I like to do that. So this is pretty much exactly out of the catalog. And then I like to make other things. And so this one is really cute. I think this is called Peekaboo Farm. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. And that's a cute set. And then I wanted to use these chickens. And these are adorable, these chickens. So they're real cute. And then you end up with these leftover circles. So I just wanted to show you some ideas to use those leftover circles. You could use them on a card. So here I used the peach stamp set. And here I used those Melon Mambo dies on some party puffins. So you can still use those leftover little circles. They're real fun. They have some stitching around the inside and outside. So both the outer circle has stitching, but then there's also stitching around the inner circle, which is really fun. And I just thought real quick I would show you some other things you can do with these circles. I haven't even begun to use the rectangles, and I have ideas in my brain for the rectangles, so I do want to use them. They're also just great for tags and labels, but they're great for some kind of peekaboo techniques as well, and that'll be a whole separate video. But here's another thing with the circles. This is called the spotlight technique, where you're going to spotlight just a certain area, the circled area, and only color in that area. And this one uses the butterflies, that big background stamp. It's one stamp that does all those butterflies. Super pretty. And then I wanted to play around with it with paper, some designer series paper too. And I kind of, you have to give me your opinion on this one. Okay, so this is a little busy, I think, maybe. You tell me. So this is designer series paper that's black and white floral only. It's from the True Love designer series paper, which retires at the end of this month. And so here I did it with the spots sticking up, and then the paper is the recessed part. And then on this one, I did the exact opposite. So the paper background is up, and then the spots are recessed, and I kind of feel like they show up better this way. Like you see the technique better because you see the shadow from the circles. That's my opinion on that. But I do kind of feel like this paper was a little bit busy. It's interesting and it's pretty, but I don't know for sure if it's too busy. So let me know your thoughts on that. So then I tried it again, but just using a solid color paper in front. This cardstock is Blackberry Bliss, and then behind it I recessed the sheet of designer series paper and colored only what you could see. So the rest of it I didn't even bother coloring. And so that's my take on using the dies in a more kind of fancy way. And then I thought we'd do this real cutesy one together because I really love these chickens. And let me tell you about these chickens really quickly. The Hey Birthday Chick is a new set, and it is in the new annual catalog. So you're going to be able to get the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set for the rest of this catalog season, catalog year. And it has really fun dies that go with it. There's a happy birthday, there's dies that cut out the various chickens, there's a little fence, and this fun little kind of like streamers. So it's a cute stamp set and die collection, and this is in the new annual catalog. However, there's a sister set, Hey Chick, and this is an older one that they brought back, and it's only going to be here till the end of June. Now I didn't use it on my card because I was afraid, like, it's so close to being they might run out of this. And so I only used this one, but you might want to grab them both because I think they're really fun together. And you can see this is the same chick, and here's this one he hatched, and this one is now flying away with the balloon. So they really go cute together. I think this one's fun, the way he's tilting his head and kind of looking. He would be great in one of these little frames, don't you think? So super cute combo of collection here, but this one's going away, and this one has dies too. These dies are amazing. There's corn stalks. I have a whole bunch of cards made with this on my blog with the Hey Chick. Put Hey Chick in the search and you'll see these in action. But there's chicken wire, there's a fence post, just super cute dies. And so if you didn't get these already, the Hey Chick and the Hey Chick dies, get them now because they are currently in a while supplies last mode. Because this catalog is almost over. The mini catalog ends at the end of June, so anything currently in it is while supplies last. So almost gone. But these guys will still be around, and these are cute. This is what we're going to use. Sorry for the long intro, but let's get into it, okay? I'm starting with this new color, and it's so pretty. Pale Papaya. And you need a card base and then a pop-up piece. This is cut a little bit smaller, so this is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to cut our circles out of this. Now when you're doing this, you might want to decide on your layout. Do you want the smaller ones on the left or right? I don't think it matters all that much. As you can see on this one, I did the larger to the left, and this one I did it to the right. It doesn't really matter. Just if you have a particular order you want to go in, think about that. Kind of flip it, whatever you want to do. So you can tilt them, you can do them straight on. I'm going to cut it just like this. All right, now you've got these little guys, set them aside. I'm going to make a different video with those. All right, so now you've got your frames, and then you need your underside. I already cut them out, and depending upon what you're doing, you can stamp first and then cut out. But a lot of my chickens run off the circle, so I couldn't stamp first, because then if I cut them all out, I'd have like tail feathers of one chicken and different things showing up in different circles because they're too close together in the die. So I cut them out, and then you have to kind of decide, do you have stuff that's going to fit on all of them? And then if you don't, you need some filler. So as you can see here, all the small ones just have some pretty designer series paper. And on this one, only 2 of them have designer series paper. So you can decide what needs filler, what doesn't need filler. So I'm going to take off 2 of the small ones, set those aside for something else, and I'm going to cut some filler pieces. And I had this out on my desk. This is a designer series paper pack that is a hostess gift. So if you spend $150, you can choose a host reward, and this one is one of them, and it's amazing. Look how fat that is. So much paper. I've already chosen it twice because I know I'm going to use it a lot. Oops, you can see I've used this one. So I just need a little strip because I'm only going to cut some smaller ones. So I just kind of move it around, get the colors that I want, and cut these out. And I will do that for 2 small ones, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my filler pieces. And now we're just going to stamp onto our white circles. Now I want to color these with my Stampin' Blend, so that means I need to stamp in Memento Black. So, and I'm going to do a variety here. I'm going to do that little tiny chick. He's so cute. And I'm going to make this one on a small one. And you obviously you have to kind of play around with it. Make sure you get his face. Cute. Okay, so there's one. And now this one, eating the cupcake. Obviously I can only get the cupcake in the space on this one, so let's do that. And I need to kind of get over the stamp, so hopefully my head's not in the way of the video. Okay, good. Got that guy. Okay, and then I wanted this one because it just looks like such a happy little chicken, doesn't it? And I want this one on the biggest one because this is the biggest chicken. Okay, and then finally I need a greeting, and I'm going to go with the Let's Celebrate You. so I've got all my pieces. And then I want to show you how to put this together. So for the, oh, look, I used a piece that already had something on it. Oops. Okay, so for the background, you want this to pop up. So you want to use dimensionals, and you want to use a little more than normal. I usually only use one in each corner and then maybe two in the center, but you do want to place these around. I need a new pack. So you want to make sure that like you want to get next to different areas. So I'm going to use, I don't know, let's see how many I end up using. Oops. And the reason why I'm using more than usual is you really do want the shadow to show. That really gives it that height. You can, when you see that shadow, it just really makes the circles, the pop-up element, the fact that there's recessed areas really show up, and it looks kind of nice. I think one more. Okay, or should I be crazy and put one right there? Might as well. What's one more, right? Okay, so how many did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, that's kind of crazy. That's like enough for 3 cards. Okay, there. I knew I missed one. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and lay this down, trying to center it. Okay, so I've got my nice shadow. And now I'm going to color these guys. I wanted to give them a minute to set. I might have gotten that one a little too inked. We'll see. Okay, so I'm using Pale Papaya, of course, because I'm using it on my card base, so I want to make sure to incorporate it somewhere. So Stampin' Blends come in a dark and a light if you're not aware, and it's kind of nice because you can add highlights. So I'm going to do the whole chicken in the pale, and then we're going to highlight areas with the dark. I like this one little wing kind of going up, looks like it's saying hi. It's like, hello there. And then I'm going to take the dark and we're going to give it some added dimension kind of on these little tufts. You can kind of see where to put it just based on how the artist drew the feathers. You can also kind of round his back a little bit. Fun. Okay, that was an easy chicken to color. Actually, while I've got this out, let's do this little guy too. Is this the pale? Yes. That's that color. And then I wanted to do the tops of this little area in kind of like a red poppy. And it's small, so I'm not going to go with dark and light. I'm just going to go with one shade, and I grabbed the light. I don't think it mattered that much. And that little, what is that part called? Wobble? Gobble? The little part that sticks down on the chicken, hen, rooster. I don't know, obviously. I don't know my animals. Okay, and then I need a beak color. So I'm going with pumpkin pie. They're all getting the same color beak. And you can barely see the toes on this one, so I think I'll do that in pumpkin pie also. And then for the fun little feathers on this one that stick out from his head, I'm going to go with Calypso Coral. It's kind of a nice complement to the Pale Papaya. So I'm going to go with light but then I'm going to go back in and add some of the dark because this is a bigger area, and I think that'll look fun to have the different hair feathers. I got hair, feathers, feathers, Beth. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the dark and just kind of outline some of the hair. Feathers, feathers, I keep saying hair. Okay. Alright, that is a cute little chicken. Alright, now the rest you kind of just have to pick colors because it doesn't matter. I wanted this little baby chick to be yellow just because I always think of yellow for baby chicks. So I'm going to grab my So Saffron. Give him a little bit of highlight. Shadow from his shell. Alright, he's cute. Oh, also the flame on this candle, maybe yellow. Okay, I grabbed some colors here. I'm going to go with pink on the cupcake, just because, I don't know, just for fun. So I'm going to go light. This is Flirty Flamingo. And then with the dark, I'm going to add just some highlights. And something for the cupcake liner. And can't forget this little hat. Trying to think what colors are in the paper, so I wanted to bring in a little bit of this Bermuda Bay to go with the paper. And then some ground. So I'm going with crumb cake. And some dark crumb cake. Some crumbs. All right. Okay, now one other thing I wanted to do. Now you can leave the circles just like they are. But the catalog sample, and this is why I like looking at the catalog samples, is because they really kind of give you some ideas of what they're doing, what their thought process was. And in the catalog, you know, you stamp the piggy on white so because you want to color it, but then the background stays white, so it's kind of fun to color the background. So on this one, they colored the background in, it looked like, I couldn't tell for sure, but I think it looked like soft seafoam. And so I thought I would do something similar here. I used Pool Party. And I just went with the light. And I just did the white areas just to give them more color. They really pop out a little more. And it just looks really finished with this color behind these chickens. Alright, so I've got my backgrounds, and then even on the words, I'm going to do a background. You could have stamped this one straight onto a piece of Pool Party, but I wanted the tone to be the same. So I'm just going to color the background with the marker. Like so. That really helps the white shell pop out too. Now from here, putting it together is simple. I'm going to add this one. Super cute. Now I added a little ribbon. This is the Pale Papaya Open Weave ribbon. And I just added a little bow. Oh, I should show you the inside too. And I just added a little Pale Papaya bow with a glue dot. You can actually slip it through and tie it through one of the little circle frames too. I don't want to cover my sentiment. There we go. And then on the inside, I just added another one of those cute little chickens. I brought in some of that Pool Party and the Pale Papaya. It says, "You're still a spring chicken." Super fun peekaboo chick card. And here's the other sample from the catalog and other ways to use those circles. Tell me if you think you want a spotlight technique video. Maybe I'll do one because it is fun to just color the areas that are spotlighted, highlighted. And then here's this one. Retiring soon is this paper and the birthday chick, or the hay chick, not the birthday chick. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. I am going to do a video on what to do with the leftover spots also. So look for that, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you come back again. Bye.